up, my movie fanatics, and welcome to a very long overdue update. It's been a couple of months. I hope everybody had an awesome holiday, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Hope Santa treated you guys all well. I know he treated me well, and he spoiled the crap out of Brooke this year, so it was awesome for her to finally, she's getting big now, you guys. I have to bring her in the video, but she can finally, kind of open up gifts, and she kind of getting the concept. It's so fun, but it's been a while. I have so much to show. You can kind of see the stack right here. It's been 2 months since I've done an update. So this is everything from November and December. There's a few things I want to talk about really quick, and then we're going to jump right into this update. I'm sure you guys noticed the new intro, and every year I like to change my intro and give you guys an update of what to expect with this channel and where I'm going to be going for the next year with this channel. I figured I would do an update first, but expect that video. It's going to be short, sweet, to the point, just a quick update video. I want to give a few shout outs to a couple people that deserve it, and I'm actually want to apologize to Opie and the Friends Show. I love Frank, Roy, and Opie. Great guys. If you haven't seen their content, go check them out. But they tagged me in a tag video, and honestly, I just never got around to doing it. I wanted to do it. So guys, do me a favor. Go subscribe to them. Great guys. Awesome content. I've known Opie now for a long time, and Roy and Frank are just great guys as well. So yes, please go subscribe to them. Secondly, if you haven't noticed, Slasher Junkie is back and he's making videos. He made a comeback, so go subscribe to him. He got 2 videos up, you guys, so please go subscribe. The day's come. It's a new year. It's a new Slasher. Well, it's the same Slasher Junkie, but he has 2 great videos up there, so please go check those videos out. Also, don't forget to go check out Outlaw of the Dead. He put out a video recently, and a great update video. He's been pumping out good content, so go check him out and subscribe if you're not subscribed to him. And last of the shout-outs, I want to shout out Lauri Holt. I am so sorry. You will see in this update that she sent me a package, and I never did a video for it. I forgot to put it up on Instagram. I'm scum, I know, I'm sorry. Lauri, I love you, I am sorry. But she did send me and Brooke and Jess a care package, so I want to talk a little bit about that later when we get around to it. But shout out to her, link will be in the description. To all these people, make sure you go subscribe. Lastly, thank you to everyone who's been sticking around and joining my Facebook group. It's a lot of fun. That's where I've been more active than anywhere. I did kind of not post anything for a while, but yes, I've been back and I've been posting more on social media. So thank you guys for all the support on here, on social media. And if you're not a member of my Facebook group, check it out. Link is in the description below. We're always looking for cool people to talk with. So enough rambling, enough. I'm done. I have a long update. Let's jump right into it. This update, I literally have a little bit of everything. I have a ton of 4K. I have some Scream Factory, some Arrow. I have a Sevron title I want to show you guys. I have some DVDs. I have it all. So first I want to show you guys the DVDs. As you guys know, I pick up DVDs mostly just because they don't have a Blu-ray or there's not a 4K release yet. So I like to pick them up. I pick them up cheap. I like to have them. First movie here is Mommy Dearest. Now, this movie kind of goes way back. I watched this a few times when I was younger, and I didn't really appreciate it back then because I didn't really understand the movie. So when I got a little bit older, I watched it again with my family, and I really appreciated it. It's insane. It's a crazy, crazy thriller. If you guys have never seen this, highly recommend it. There's definitely some jaw-dropping moments. There's some quotable moments. And Joan Crawford is absolutely phenomenal in this movie. Probably one of her best performances ever. So if you haven't seen Mommy Dearest, definitely check it out. One of my favorite Christmas stories is Christmas Carol. I've always loved the story of Scrooge. I don't know why. There's just something about it I've always loved. And every year I try to pick up 1 or 2 versions of Scrooge or Christmas Carol that I didn't have. So one that I found actually at work, I can't believe it. I've never even heard of this. If you guys have ever seen this or heard of it, please let me know. It's A Christmas Carol with Vincent Price. I mean, the master of horror. Come on. And I paid $1.99 for it. So, I mean, it's Vincent Price, you guys. I mean, how could I say no to that? So, I'm really excited. I didn't know this existed. I'd never even heard of it. There's a few that I need to get that are on my radar. But yeah, this is definitely one of them that I'd never heard of. So, I was really excited to pick this one up. This next one we found actually at a pawn shop. And this is just an animated one. It's A Christmas Carol. But this is such a cool DVD case. If you guys can see, there's a liquid in there with some glitter, which is really cool because it looks like it's snowing. It's just an animated version. I picked it up thinking, you know what, it's another one to add to the collection, and Brooke's really getting into movies and TV. So why not? It said it was $4, but I think I only paid $2 for it because they were half off. So I can't really beat that for that price. And it's another DVD to add to the Christmas Carol list. I looked this one up on IMDb. It seemed to be pretty popular. So if you guys have ever seen this one, let me know. This next one I've heard people talk about a few times, but it always flies under my radar until I was at the pawn shop and found it. But this is A Christmas Carol with Kate Winslet and Nicolas Cage. It just sounds so interesting. Well, I haven't watched any of these yet, but super excited. Super excited. It's Nicolas Cage. I know his movies are off the wall and crazy, and he's just out there sometimes. But I personally love his movies. Kate Winslet's awesome. I can't wait to check this one out. If you guys have ever seen any of these Christmas carols, please let me know. And let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite version of A Christmas Carol? Or Scrooge, or Scrooged. It goes by a ton of titles. And last but not least of the DVDs, Jess actually picked this up for me for Christmas. And I know there is a Scream Factory release of this, but she picked it up just because she found it at work really cheap. And she said it totally reminded her of me, and that is The House That Dripped Blood. Never seen it. I've never seen it. I know there's a Scream Factory out there. Can't wait to check this one out. And she said when she saw the artwork, she thought of me, and just the title is just, you know, it just screams what I'm all about with horror. So why not, right? If you guys know anything about this, let me know. Can't wait to check this one out. I'm getting back into horror now because it's the first of the year, so I'm going to catch up on some of the movies that I missed in 2018 that I wanted to watch. Moving on to Blu-rays. Now, I've mentioned this before. I've really focused a lot of my collecting on Scream Factory and now Arrow and 4K. I'm really trying to upgrade to 4K. But there's still some Blu-rays that you have to pick up because they're not upgraded yet, or they haven't done any special treatment. When I saw this one at work, my jaw dropped because I have not seen this movie in years, but there is a scene that involves a rabbit, and you guys, if you've seen this movie, I don't want to give it away, but it involves a pet rabbit in this movie, and it stuck with me for the rest of my life because I love animals, and that movie is Fatal Attraction. Michael Douglas and Glenn Close are phenomenal in this movie. Fantastic thriller. Fantastic thriller. Sorry about the lighting. That's an issue still. You know, it's a new year, same doc and his lighting problems. But yeah, I had to grab this. I haven't seen it in years, and there's that rabbit scene. You guys know what I'm talking about if you've seen it. It stuck with me for a long time, so I didn't even know, honestly, I didn't even know this had a Blu-ray. So I'm really glad to have this. This next one I must have watched 3 or 4 times. I got it for Christmas. I would have to say it's the Franco brothers' best performance ever, and that is The Disaster Artist. I showed this to Jess, and all it did was, when she watched this, she goes, I have to watch The Room. I want to watch The Room. I want to know everything that I could possibly know about Tommy Wiseau. If you've never seen this, it's amazing. It's really good. The acting is spectacular from everybody. The story is even better. You get to really know a lot about Tommy. You get to know a lot about The Room. I'm just going to just stop rambling there. Just pause this video and go order this movie if you haven't already. It's amazing. Now, me being the dork that I am and not being able to remember what I have in my collection because I don't update my app, and nor do I, you know, it's just me. They re-released this movie because it's the commemorative edition, and I didn't know it at the time, and that is Justice League Third of Atlantis. I do really like this movie, and I picked it up because I was like, oh, it's another DC animation that I don't have. I come home and I look at my DC animations and it's sitting right there. This next one was a complete blind buy, and I've heard a lot of mixed opinions about it, but I love Nicolas Cage. I don't care if it's good, bad, or ugly. I had to pick it up, and that is Mandy. And what's the best part of this edition, or this movie, I should say, it's not really like anything special, but they did reverse art, which is just so cool. I love it, and I love the artwork. I don't know why. I like the slipcover is like super, if you guys can, like, I guess, like, what is that, holographic, like the old Pokemon cards? What's the right word for that? Someone help me out. Haven't watched this yet. I've been saving this one because I actually really want to watch this with Jess, because I think this is a movie where I feel like we would have different opinions on, and I love those kind of movies when we actually sit down and watch stuff like that. If you've seen this, let me know, and what did you think of it? Now, as I mentioned before, Lauri Holt sent me a care package that consisted of some Stephen King stuff, a few things for Brooke, and a few things for Jess. She's always thinking about us. She's always messaging me, wondering if I need anything Stephen King. I don't know how she does this or how she remembers, but she's so good at just finding stuff that I need. And it's always stuff that I never remember that I needed. Like, I mentioned it like a month or so ago in a video, and then she just remembers. But I must have mentioned before that I needed Tron, the original Tron. And I didn't remember that I needed this until she said, "Do you have the original Tron?" And I said, "No." I love this movie. And as a Disney collector, what's wrong with me for not having it? The slip is awesome. It's a classic. So thank you so much, Lauri, for sending us this and the care package. You're amazing. You're always sending us stuff and thinking of us and checking in on me and Brooke, which I really do appreciate. If you're not subscribed to her, go check her out. Link is in the description below. This one I was completely shocked with. I love revenge movies. I always have, always will, but I didn't know that this movie was going to be as good as I thought it was going to be, and that movie is Revenge. Go figure, no pun intended. What I liked about this movie is that it's not as hardcore as some of the rape revenge movies. It is. It's hard to watch at times, but there's a lot of symbolic moments to this movie, which is really interesting and cool. And I cannot remember her name, but the main character is one of the most badass women I've ever seen in a movie. It's awesome. And it says right there, badass. Oh, wait, there she is. Matilda Lutz is a badass. It's true. She's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal in this movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. And last of the Blu-rays, this one was sent to me by Slasher Junkie. I looked everywhere at all my Walmarts for these slipcovers, and none of them carried them. So he was kind enough to send this to me because he had a couple at his Walmart. And that is Happy Birthday to Me. And I was after this classic VHS slip, which I absolutely love. It's so different and it's so cool. But thank you so much, Paul. If you're not subscribed to Slasher Junkie, I've said it before, link will be in the description below. He's starting to do videos again. He has an awesome series with his son, with Catfish Evan, and he showed off his horror collection, so go check it out, especially if you love horror. Moving on to my special edition movies. Now, this one I consider a special edition. Yeah, it's definitely a special edition. This is a fan-made movie, which is awesome. If you're a fan of Friday the 13th and you have not checked this out, definitely check this out. I back them up on this movie. And I had to get the Blu-ray. Womp Stomp Films, you did a fantastic job. I actually watched this first on YouTube. It's free on YouTube, so go check it out. And that is Never Hike Alone. I mean, to be honest, I felt like that this movie was better than some of the other Friday the 13th movies, like some of the later stuff. These fans knew what they were doing. The Womp Stomp just did a fantastic job. They had a vision and they executed it well. And what's really cool is they make you feel special. They give you a little thank you letter that they sign, which is very cool. And it's numbered. There was 1,750 of these made, and I have number 588. So it's really cool. So you get, not only do you get the Blu-ray, you get the DVD as well, and it comes in this really nice red case. I cannot wait to re-watch this. I'm going to show Jess because it's not that long and it's really good. Like, check it out on YouTube. Like I said, it's free. Moving along to my arrows that I picked up. Now, I showed this in an Out and About a long time ago. Barnes & Noble was having a sale. It was a 50% off of their Criterion and their Arrow. And this sale for Arrow went, I think, until the first, on like January something, like the first week of January, which was awesome. So I picked up 2 movies. I wanted to pick up more. I just, you know, with the holidays and getting people gifts, and I had to spoil Brooke and Jess. So I only picked up 2, but next time they do this sale, hopefully pick up more. First one I picked up, I was super excited. You know I love my Stephen King. I've been wanting to upgrade this movie, and that is Children of the Corn. Fantastic slipcover. It's freaky as hell. You get a ton of special features. I heard the transfer on this is absolutely stunning. I have not had time to watch this yet. But you actually get this awesome reverse artwork, which is the original artwork that I love. But I like the new commission stuff as well. And you also get a gorgeous poster with it too as well. And a booklet, which I like for a little bit of toilet reading, as I say. But it's an awesome set. I absolutely love it. I've always loved this movie for some reason. I've said this a million times that kids, dolls, and clowns freak me out in a good way. So to have this set is awesome. Next up here, we have one movie that I saw a few years ago on my 24-hour horror marathon, and that is Reanimator. And ever since I saw that movie, I had to buy it. I've watched it a few times now, and it gets better every time I watch it. But when Arrow released this original set, I didn't buy it. I had it in my hand. I don't know why I didn't buy it. It still haunts me, but I'm glad that they had like this really nice like box set. I'm sorry, you're not gonna be able to see anything because once again the lighting. But it was a really great box set. But I just ended up getting the regular edition here, and it comes with the reverse art, which I will show you guys really quick with the original artwork. And actually, I do switch this around. I like the new commissioned a little bit better. But I'm really glad to just have this set because there's a ton of special features and it's a fantastic movie, and Arrow did a great job with the transfer on it. So if you haven't seen it, just go watch it. As I mentioned in the beginning, I got my first Sever on film. I've heard nothing but great things about this company. The reason why I haven't bought anything from them is because, like Arrow, it's a nasty slope. And I know I'm going to fall in that rabbit hole. But this is one that I knew I had to have. I actually thought it was on sale during the Barnes & Noble sale, but I was completely wrong. It wasn't. And I did a Secret Santa in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, and this is what I got, which is awesome. This is a fantastic set, and that is The Changeling. I recently had the DVD sent to me by a good friend of mine, David Clayton. He's been telling me to watch this because I am a huge fan of George C. Scott. I love his Scrooge that he does. And he said that, you know, if you like the movie, definitely upgrade to the Blu-ray because it's fantastic. So I am so thrilled to have this. It's a beautiful set. First off, I know you're probably having some trouble there seeing it. But you actually get this, it's not, I don't want to say it's like reverse art, but I kind of consider it reverse art. Let me show you guys. So you get this artwork here, which is, this is the same artwork that was on the DVD. And I believe this is the original artwork, which I love. And you get a black Blu-ray case, which is even better. So cool. Ton of special features. You guys can pause that, see that. If you've never seen this, I highly recommend it. If you love, especially if you love haunted house movies, because this is a fantastic haunted house movie, and I cannot wait to watch this again. Fantastic movie. I highly recommend you picking up this set if you haven't seen it. It's definitely a good one. Moving along to Scream Factory, I've picked up a good bit actually over the last 2 months. I've picked up about 4 of them, which is a lot for me. First up here, we have Urban Legend. Now, out of all of the Scream Factories that I picked up, this was the only blind buy. And I've heard from everybody that this movie is awesome. It's a must-watch. You got to pick it up. And it was on sale on Amazon, I believe. Yeah, it was Amazon. I don't remember how much it was, but once I saw it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab it. It's a collector's edition. It's Scream Factory. It's probably good. I can't wait to check this out. And as you know, you get reverse artwork. So there you go. There's the original artwork, which I always do. I always switch the artwork. If you guys have ever seen this movie, please let me know in the comments below on what you thought of it. Next up, probably one of my favorite releases next to Trick or Treat of last year, and that is Candyman. Beautiful set. I mean, this artwork is gorgeous. You get a ton of special features, and the transfer is awesome. I actually watched it not too long ago, so I didn't even tape down the protector. But the reverse art, always a favorite art of mine here, always. My brother's like deathly afraid of bees. I just wanted to say that. So like I know that if he's watching this video, that would freak him out because he hates bugs and bees and stuff. But fantastic set. I highly recommend you getting this. Even if you're not a big Scream Factory collector, it's a definite grab. These next two I was super excited for. I watched this a long time ago, and I don't remember it that much, but I remember Matthew McConaughey being in it. I remember it being completely off the wall, and that is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Yeah, not really much to say about this one. This seems like to be one that people either seem to really love or really hate, but it's definitely a completely different take on Leatherface. And I know when Scream Factory released this, they had different artwork. I don't know, somebody can help me out why because they had Matthew McConaughey's face on here and they took it off. So I'm sure somebody will be able to tell me why. But then you have the reverse artwork, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love that art. Always have, always will. And last but not least of the Scream Factory, this one I was super excited about. I love how they're releasing all of these Stephen King movies. And I actually just bought this movie like last year, well in 2017, not last year. And I was super excited to have it because it was one I was on the hunt for, and then they go and announce that they're going to release Sleepwalkers, which, hey, I'd rather have Scream Factory any day. I'd rebuy this movie as many times as I have to, but fantastic movie. I love it. The artwork is absolutely stunning on this one. I absolutely love the artwork. The reverse artwork I've always liked too. And what I like about it is that all these editions with well, Candyman's a little bit different, but they stick to the colors. like the theme here. So as you can see, they really did a nice job with the new commission art, and they stick to the original colors there, which I really, really like. Stephen King fans, I know you all have seen this. If you haven't, you're crazy, but it looks awesome, and I'm so glad to have this. And last but not least of this haul, we're going to jump into the 4Ks. A lot of these are titles that I already have that I have upgraded, and some of them are actually pickups that I've been wanting to get my hands on. I just did not wait until Black Friday. Black Friday was awesome this year for me. It did me well. I only bought 4Ks this year on Black Friday, which is awesome because they had a lot of good deals at Best Buy. And surprisingly, I did pick up one at Walmart. And I was a little bit disappointed because the only one that I picked up at Walmart did not have a slipcover. But you know what? For the price, I think it was $10, and that is Blade Runner 2049. I've been waiting to pick this up for a while, and I don't know why it took me so long. I absolutely love this movie, and I rewatched it. It's fantastic. It's even better a second time. I have to admit, it's even better a second time. And the acting in it is incredible, but the movie itself is so beautiful. There's the way... It's just pure eye candy, and the 4K is absolutely gorgeous. This one was an upgrade. I absolutely love giant monsters and robots. I actually love this first movie, and that is Pacific Rim. The second one's okay, but the first one's amazing. I have not watched this on 4K yet, but I'm sure it looks really good. This one I was so excited to see that went on sale on Black Friday. This movie shocked the hell out of me. I remember watching, I picked it up actually when I was back in college. A few people suggested it to me, and I fell in love with it instantly. Personally, I think this is Christian Bale's best performance, and that is American Psycho. I forget. It's been so long, guys. I don't remember how much this cost, but I know it was like super cheap. He is so good at just playing. He almost, I don't know. It's like he took everything that I love about Norman Bates and then added like a twist to it. Which, even though this has nothing to do with Psycho, but like, it's so good. It's such a fantastic movie. And I love the business card scene. It makes me crack up every time I watch it. You guys know what I'm talking about if you've seen this movie. But yeah, Christian Bale is absolutely phenomenal in this movie. So this was a must-have. I'm so glad I picked this one up. This is one movie I figured, you know, it's Black Friday. Why not buy it? I love Ryan Reynolds. To me, I consider this a comedy classic. I used to watch this all the time. This movie and The American Pies. And that is Van Wilder. To me, I mean, because like you got a younger Ryan Reynolds and Tara Reid. And it's really good. Because it's almost kind of like that in that same world of American Pie. But I think it's better. Like, the way that they do this movie, you can't help but laugh. There's definitely some quotable moments. It's very funny in how he spends, 7 years in college. It's very good. So I definitely recommend this movie if you've never seen it. I didn't have it, so it was on sale on Black Friday, and it was a 4K, so why not? But yeah, this is one that I do enjoy watching. I am really, really excited for Glass to come out. And when I saw this movie, I didn't know that it was going to be connected to Unbreakable and there was going to be some trilogy. And I waited forever to get this movie, and I finally got it over Black Friday, and that is Split. James McAvoy is absolutely spectacular in this movie because to play different characters and different personalities is just insane. It's mind-blowing that he is so convincing of playing different people. It's a very good thriller. Definitely very good. I'm sure Glass is going to be awesome, and then it's going to be Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass. It's going to be all, it's the big trilogy. I can't wait. I got to grab Unbreakable. I realized after I bought this that I didn't have it. But yeah, if you haven't seen Split, definitely got to grab it. This next one came into work. I've been slowly trying to upgrade all of my Marvel movies when they come out on 4K. This one came out, and I was hoping we get it in at work, or hopefully I could get it cheap online or something, but because it's Marvel, because it's Disney, it doesn't go down too much. But that is Marvel's Avengers. I mean, what can I say about Avengers that hasn't been said? We've all seen them. They're great movies. I cannot wait for Endgame. I think it's going to be spectacular. I love Stallone. I love all his old work and his new work too, like in Expendables and stuff. Expendables, excuse me, is awesome. When I saw these were $7, I had to pick them up. These are the first things that I went into Best Buy for on Black Friday, and that is First Blood. And I also grabbed Rambo Part 2 and Rambo 3. Now, funny story about all three of these. I went into Best Buy, and usually I have like the best luck on Black Friday where they have like 20, 30, 40 of every copy, if not more. And what ended up happening was I went in there and I found Part 3 and Part 2 but I couldn't find a First Blood anywhere. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find it. I was like getting really irritated, and I was actually getting ready to put back 3 and 2 when my brother found First Blood, and I snagged them all. It was crazy. I can't believe that they didn't have a lot of copies. I mean, I guess people really... I mean, First Blood is a classic. It's a fantastic movie, but I wasn't going to buy 2 and 3 if I couldn't have 1, so this was like the last copy. And they only had a couple copies of 2 and 3, believe it or not, too. So really glad to have all these. This, I would probably say, was the best part of Black Friday for me, at least, was getting these 3 movies for $7 a piece. Awesome. So glad to have all 3 of these. Another fantastic actor that I liked growing up as a kid and watched a lot of all his movies, like all his older stuff, and I like most of his newer stuff. I've always been a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and when I saw Predator was getting a 4K release, I knew I wanted it because I heard that they redid the transfer and they did a really good job. And I wanted to see it for myself, and the transfer is phenomenal. Not that fake, waxy-looking characters that they had on the Blu-ray. Has some really nice natural grain to it, which I love. It looks good. It looks natural. It looks the way it should look. And that's what it's really great. If you've never seen Predator, I'm sure you guys have. It's a classic, just like the Rambo movies. This movie, I cannot wait to show Brooke. Jess and I absolutely love this movie, and I'm so glad I got a 4K treatment. And that is Hook. Robin Williams can do no wrong. Rest in peace, one of my favorite actors. And Dustin Hoffman is absolutely spectacular to me as Hook. Some people I've heard weren't fond of this movie, but I had a blast with it. So to get a 4K was a big thing for me, because I really want eventually to try to get all of the Robin Williams movies because, yeah, I love them as a comedian. I love his stand-up. I love them as a person. I love him as an actor. One of my favorite actors of all time. If you haven't seen Hook, definitely check it out. This one was an upgrade, and I mainly got this because I secretly love this movie, and I have the Lego Batman movie, and I wanted to get it for Brooke, and that is the Lego movie. I always thought this movie was awesome. The voice acting is great in it, and since I had Lego Batman on 4K, I had to get the Lego movie. I can't wait to see more Lego movie. I think the animation in this, and they are so accurate to what like Legos really look like. They just do such a good job with it. I love the animation. It looks spectacular on 4K. It really does. If you haven't seen this movie, you're crazy. I'm sure everyone has seen this movie. It's awesome. Absolutely love it. I can't wait for Brooke to get a little bit older so she can understand it. I wasn't going to pick this up on 4K because, to be honest, the animations, the DC animation movies, don't really seem a difference to me on Blu-ray or 4K. Got it in at work. It was a great deal, so I said, why not? And then as The Death of Superman, this movie surprised me. To me, this is what The Death of Superman should have been all along. I really liked the end to it. The last fight against him, or Superman and Doomsday, I thought it was spectacular. It was really good. But they do some different stuff in this movie. Like, they really show the bond between Lois and Clark, which I really, really liked. It's very family-oriented at times. There's a lot of heart and emotion to this movie, and I really, really, really liked it. Now, I'm a sucker for cheesy, over-the-top action movies. I've always loved a few of these movies, not all of them. I don't like the series as a whole, but I do love the first 2, and the 7th was really good in my eyes, and that is the Fast and Furious. I will slowly upgrade these. Got this in at work, and I figured, you know what, it has a slip. Jess loves Vin Diesel. I love Paul Walker. It's one movie that we used to watch all the time. I figured, why not upgrade it? And I want to get Too Fast, Too Furious as well. And I'm pretty sure here, correct me if I'm wrong, but they've upgraded 4K to Tokyo Drift as well. So I can't wait to hopefully at least get Too Fast, Too Furious. Now, I mentioned a few times on this channel that I do not like musicals at all. It's just not my thing. It's not my style. It's not my thing. Jess made me watch this movie. Well, let me rephrase that. She didn't make me watch this movie. She started watching it one night, and I got locked into it. This movie was absolutely spectacular. I think Hugh Jackman's performance is amazing, and who knew the man could sing, and that is The Greatest Showman. I got this at work, and this has like a really nice slip box to it with a really cool, you get a really cool booklet in there, the official songbook, which is great. I love the music. Brooke loves the music, and this movie was awesome. I love the circus. As a kid, I was always fascinated by, as you guys know, clowns and the circus and oddities and things like that. This movie, though, was just awesome. The music is all good. None of it really annoys me, because that's kind of the thing I have with musicals, that most of the time the music annoys me. I know, I'm crazy, but for this, I enjoyed it a lot. This is an upgrade of one of my favorite remakes. I thought this movie was spectacular. I love the original one, but this one is so good. It's so over the top. There's so much good action, and that is Dread, as I almost drop it. I loved it. And I always thought it looked good on Blu-ray. Like, I thought the Blu-ray looked good, so I haven't watched it yet since I upgraded, but I'm sure the 4K looks better. I always thought this movie was awesome. It's over the top. If you've seen the one with Stallone, you know it's kind of more serious at times. I mean, this one is too, but just the way they did it, I thought they did a really good job with it. Now, I picked this movie up just for the sole fact that it was an over-the-top action with Dwayne Johnson. I don't know. I got it at work. I got a good deal on it. I was super excited. I know this movie's over the top and crazy, and that is Skyscraper. I've heard weird things. Like, some people say it's just, you got to go in, you know, with nothing in mind. Like, expect nothing from this movie, and it's a fun popcorn flick. I mean, it's Dwayne Johnson. Come on. It's The Rock. He's crazy. He does all that over-the-top fun stuff. I don't know. I'm sure I'll give it a chance. I'm sure I'll like it. This was a complete buy-and-buy just because of my love for stupid fun action. I was really shocked to see this one come into work, and when it did, I had to scoop it up. I'm really excited to see the transfer on this. So if anybody's seen the transfer on this, please let me know. One of my favorite movies over the years. It's become slowly one of my favorite horror movies, and that is The Evil Dead. I love all of the movies. I love the remake. I love the first. I love this one, the second one, and I also really love Army of Darkness. I don't think Army of Darkness is ever going to get a 4K because of the Scream Factory treatment. That's okay though, because this movie and the second one got a 4K treatment. I'm curious though to see the transfer because I have the steelbook of it, and the steelbook edition, or I'm sure just the Blu-ray edition, excuse me, just looks like crap. So I'm excited to see if they clean this up a little. One of my favorite Christmas movies of all time, and I consider it a Christmas movie at least. My cousin was very young when he used to watch this, so when I got a little bit older, me and him watched this. My grandma let him watch this when he was like super young, and I remember my aunt and my mom having a fit about it, and that is Die Hard. It's Die Hard. Nothing to say about it. Fantastic movie. It deserved that 4K treatment. I'm glad to have it. This one was an awesome Black Friday deal as well. And I was also really glad they were selling them with the lenticular slipcovers because I've seen them come in at work without them, and that is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Look at that. I like this movie. Now, Ant-Man's one of my favorite superheroes of all time. And the Wasp, she's always been amazing in my eyes too. They work so well together. They're a great duo. There's a lot of things I like about this movie, but I thought they tried way too hard with the comedy, and it kind of went all over the place. Like, there was just things about it that I didn't like. I did like the villain. It just didn't grab me like most Marvel movies do. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but it wasn't the best either, and I was a little bit disappointed because I absolutely do love Ant-Man. And last but not least of this update, I am so excited to see the sequel of this movie. When I heard that they were getting a 4K treatment, I'm so glad to see Disney just pumping out all these 4Ks. Like, we got Lion King, and we got Wreck-It Ralph. I'm so excited that we're getting all these older movies put into 4K because it's awesome. Look at that slipcover though. It's awesome. And you can't go wrong with Disney animation and 4K. It's going to look good every time. So they make it look better. I can't wait to see Ralph Breaks the Internet. So let me know how it was, you guys. I heard great things. I've always loved this movie because I love classic games. So this movie was always a ton of fun. Whew, now that was a long update. Sorry guys for, just kind of going MIA, but like I said, I wanted to spend some time with family, and I've been working a lot. So it was good. It was fun. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and a great New Year. Let me know some of your New Year's resolutions. Do you have any movie New Year resolutions? I would love to hear you guys, what you guys are doing. So thank you guys for sticking with me and just being patient. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. We're climbing up to like 2,000 subscribers. That's unreal. It is completely unreal. But I'm going to have a special video coming out soon. I'm going to have an update video coming out soon. I hope you all enjoyed this update. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Lets me know you're enjoying my content. If you're new to my channel and you like movies as much as I do, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And as always, everybody, take care and happy watching.